need a drink. I created a system that works well for, I think will work well for me, and I hope maybe you can learn something and apply it to you. I like to be organized. This whole binder we'll go over at some point. This is my fishing binder, so this is my entire season. It's every lake, all the rods and reels I'm taking to each lake, lures, and just kind of with different notes for each lake. I'll go into that a little more. We'll go over the rods first. I got it down to 5 rods and 2 boxes. As you can see, the 2 boxes are right here, and those are going to be, these are going to be changed out from time to time. I did want to mention, before we get too far, I will have affiliate links to Webb Western. These are some of their hats that I'll be wearing this year on fishing tournaments, fishing the Bass Nation. I'll have affiliate links to these. It does help channel if you do use them. I appreciate it. Just to give you a heads up now. And again, big thanks to Kistler Rods for helping me out here. As this is my first year fishing the Bass Nation season, I just wanted a system that was simple, and it wasn't overwhelming, and it wasn't overcomplicated, because fishing to me has never been about it being complicated. So we'll go over my rods first, and then we'll go over the book. So my first rod is going to be my Texas rig. My Texas rig here, just a 5-inch Senko, 3/16 weight on a Kistler magnesium 7'2" medium heavy with a I believe it's 7.3-to-1 with 17-pound fluoro on it. I'm going to be fishing a lot of fluoro and a lot of braid this year. But yeah, so this is my confidence rod here. I'll be fishing a lot this year to start out with. That's kind of my go-to bread and butter, just slow fishing. Then we go with the Ned Rig, which I have on my 6'1" spinning reel. Again, 7'2" medium rod. That's your bottom contact finesse, the stuff that the Senko misses. And then my crankbait rod, again, same thing. It's going to be, again, it's a Kistler reel, 5/6-to-1 with a 7'2" medium heavy rod, magnesium rod. Again, fluoro, crankbait. This is for, obviously, you know, covering water, that kind of stuff. Then for windy days and kind of reaction and suspended fish, if you need it, if it's windy, got the good old spinnerbait rod here. This is, I believe, an 8'1"-to-1, I believe. I think. Let me look. Nope, this is a 7.3-to-1. Sorry. I couldn't read it. Looked like an 8, but it's 7.3-to-1 reel with a Hank Parker 3/8 spinnerbait. His designed spinnerbait. I'm going to use that this year. See how it goes. Then for the suspended fish, my jerkbait rod. This is a Kistler jerkbait rod with magnesium reel. Again, for finding those suspended fish and making it work that way. Again, I'm fishing all new water this year, so I have no clue what to expect, but doing the research, taking the time to learn the lakes that I'm taking the time to do, a lot of Google Earth, a lot of learning that kind of stuff. So to kind of go over it, decision process is easy. If it's windy, throw in the spinnerbait. If it's, you know, pressured fish, I'm going to be throwing the Ned Rig probably. If it's just fishing grass slow, I'm using my Texas rig. If I'm searching for fish, obviously using the crankbait. But now to the my binder system here. So in this binder system is kind of neat, the way I have it set up. So what I did was I took each tournament and I broke down 4 rods and then my 2 boxes for each one. So I don't know how well you can see that. So it's 4 rods, tells me the lake it's on, and what I'm bringing in my 2 boxes that you see right there. And then on the back of these sheets, each lake also has this. So it will have a conditions, the lake catch, what the tournament day was, the lake, the weather, sunny, cloudy, windy, rainy, calm, that kind of thing. The temperature, water clarity, if it's clear, stained, or murky, the water depth, kind of structure notes, any wind direction or speed, other conditions or observations that I saw while I was out on the water. Lures that worked, there's 4 of them there, colors, rod, reel, notes how they were caught, the catch log obviously, how many fish I caught, and their species, weight, rod, lure used, notes, that kind of thing. That's for each of the 10 tournaments I have this year. That doesn't include the Tournament of Champions. I might have to do that one because I did find out that I was eligible for that this year. So through my club, the way they do the layout of that, which by the way, that meeting went really well. I've gone to my first meeting now for my club, my Bassmaster Nation club. It's called Bass Seekers. But yeah, so each page in here is a tournament, gives me the rods, and then what I'm bringing in each box, as far as like lures and that kind of stuff, to kind of break that down some more, so you can kind of see how it all works. You see my rods there. These 2 boxes are going to be, so I have one that's labeled reaction, and then I have one that's labeled bottom. So these will be for each tournament. So all the stuff you see in here will be taken out and new stuff will be put in every tournament. As far as, you know, what I'm bringing for each tournament. These are 3,700 boxes, so these will go in a backpack, and then my 5 rods. Just because I don't want the boater to have more crap in his boat than he already has, right? As a co-angler, to be a good co-angler, I think that's what you need to do is keep it simple. But yeah, the binders where I check everything, lake name, date, weather, that sort of thing. Over time, that just becomes my own database of information to go back to and learn from and apply it to other lakes as I'm fishing and learning. I will be documenting those tournaments when we get to them, kind of the morning of, because I don't think I get any practice. It's kind of just show up and fish. So we'll see how that all goes. That wasn't really answered in the meeting. I also didn't ask. But I know our next meeting, we are not having one. It will be just an email because we're getting ready for our May 3rd Bass Open here on the lake. But yeah, this year, I'm documenting my first Bass Nation tournament season. The system will evolve as I learn more, obviously. But keeping things simple helps me focus on solving the lake instead of getting overwhelmed with all the choices and gear. I feel like if bass fishing ever feels overwhelming, just try building a simple system. Go back to basics, you know. It'll just make life easier for everybody and yourself, I think. If you're just getting into it, you don't need a lot of money. You don't need. I mean, the first rod and reel I ever got, I still have. My uncle bought it for me. I don't know, years and years and years ago, and he's the one who kind of got me into. Well, he isn't kind of. He is the guy who got me into fishing and outdoors. So, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be in this position. Honestly, I wouldn't have taken the leap and been like, man, I just fell in love with it. I did really fall in love with fishing, and you know, I'm motivated to learn and to experience this season. So come along for the journey. Thanks for watching.